All right, everyone, welcome inside the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Somerset Berkeley High School for this afternoon's freshman girls volleyball matchup between the Somerset Berkeley Raiders and the Bourne Canalmen. We thank you for joining us on any of our TV or YouTube feeds. Keegan Hamblin on commentary with Mackenzie Pertell running our camera. The Bourne Canalmen will serve first in the road purples, Somerset Berkeley, and the home navy blues. That was Brenna Timo on the serve, set up on the left side. Jillian Brown got it over. Set back again for Bourne, and Morrison unable to get it on frame. It'll be a Somerset Berkeley point. It'll be Jillian Brown to serve first for the Raiders. Lines up on the left middle side. It leaps over the netting. The dig attempt wouldn't work. After Layla Blake hit it off of the netting, Claire Buckley had the second chance. Brown a much higher serve this time. A missed dig attempt from Tabor Ellis. That'll be an ace point for the Raiders. Another high serve again, popped up by Ellis. Backwards hit from Timo. Sending it over is Blake, and that one drops in. A nice hit there in the middle from Layla Blake for the first point of the afternoon for Bourne. Claire Buckley on the serve. Lines up in the middle. No run up for her at all, and she gets it over beautifully, and a miss hit there by Bryn Bowers will be an ace point for Bourne. Buckley barely gets over the netting. Bowers receives it again, taps it over on the side. Kirby sends it up. Now on the back line, and a missed hit by Ellis. Got a first substitution of the game for Somerset Berkeley, Jess Caderet, to check on in. She replaced Kendra Kudo. It's going to be a nice save from Buckley. Can't get it over the netting. Timo hit it towards that end line. And you can see a lot of lines on the court. We play the red lines here. Hannah Cox checking in for Anna Kirby. 5-2 Somerset Berkeley over Bourne in the first of three matches today. We got our JV side coming up next, as there's another ace point off the hands of Morrison. And then our varsity matchup coming up at 6 o'clock. Grace Morris again on the serve. Good dig, ends up over the net, and it drops in front. Nice touch by Caderet to get it over on the side of Hannah Cox. Good hit over for Bourne by Morrison. It looks like it was hit out of play that time. Yeah, timeout called by the Bourne Canalmen. We'll keep it here during the timeout, 8-2. Somerset Berkeley over Bourne. And I know everybody's looking forward to that varsity matchup later on tonight. This is a Bourne Canalmen side that has just absolutely dominated since last season. They won the state championship last year. Again, we're trying to whisper during this timeout. There's a decent crowd that's in front of us. We're on the walking track, but you could hear a pin drop right now, but I'm telling you that is going to change when we get 2 hours down the road. Got to talk to both head coaches before the game. Both of them were saying the same thing. They want to see good teamwork and good communication. A key that Bourne stated was that they want to see a little bit more hustle out there compared to the first few games. And for Somerset Berkeley, what they wanted to see more of good passing, and that seems to be working out so far. All right, we're out of the timeout. Grace Morris again set up on the mid-right side on the left side of the court for the Raiders serve. Here's the serve from Morris, ends up in the middle. Good dig attempt there by Timo. Up in the middle. And some miscommunication between Cox and Morrison. It was Cox who had the touch on it, actually almost accidentally hit Morrison. Cox gets it into the middle and a good hit there, and that one drops in for a Canalman point. Angelina Carvonen on the tap. Layla Blake on the serve for Bourne. Leaping serve there, kept alive by Cataret. Up in the middle, and the kill attempt wouldn't work from Bowers. And the reverse hit wouldn't fall. Timo tried to set it up for Cox. Another sub checking in here for the Raiders. Adriana D'Souza into the match, replacing Grace Morris. Riley Duff on the serve. Lines it up and a good hit and another ace point off the hands of Brenna Timo. Stuff again, a line drive and drops over the netting. Two dig attempts. Ended up being some good ones, just couldn't get it over by Timo, and the first time from Ellis. Good hit on over, set up in the middle for Cox, and running in is Timo to send it on over. Back on the other side for Duff, sends it over on the second touch. Back behind for Timo, into the mix, sending it over will be Carvonen. Duff again into the mix, kill attempt, heading towards the back line, and it drops. Five straight here for the Raiders. Duff on the serve, back into the mix for Cox, and a missed hit. Lining up on that right side was going to be Carvonen. This is a Bourne Canalman volleyball program. Though this is only freshmen in this game. When we get to JV and varsity later on today, it's a program dominated by sophomores and seniors, not a lot of juniors. Duff sends it over. And again, just dropping in between two Canalman there. Carvonen and Blake that time. It's Duff into the corner. Set up on the other side, Carvonen taps it over. A one-hand touch and a good dig attempt from Buckley. Back over on the side, Ellis pops it up. Here's Cox. And running in, unable to get it over, Brenna Timo. Another good rally there by Bourne. And networks that we're broadcasting this game on today: Berkeley Community Access TV Channel 9, Somerset Access TV Channel 98, the Blue Raider Studios YouTube channel, and on Bourne Community Television Channels 13, 14, and 15. Adds Buckley into the mix. Nice reach of the arm by Carvonen. Just barely got on the end of it. It runs the score to 17-3 in this first set. Here's Duff again. Line drives it over. Bourne doing really everything they can down there. Just a perfectly served ball. There it is, set up there from Buckley. Blake runs over, and she hits it towards some of the JV and varsity players. Also helping out on that Bourne bench, assistant coach Russell. Got Coach Ferrara right now for Somerset Berkeley. Back behind, Tabor Ellis sends it over. Good round of applause from the Bourne bench. Duff on the left side. That's Bowers. Can't drop it in. After 10 straight Somerset points, Bourne finally got another one. Carvinen up. Kept up by D'Souza on the other side for Carteret. Lofts it down. Diving Blake even couldn't catch up to that one. Serving next for the Raiders, Britton Bowers. Nice serve over, and did that one drop? No, it did not. See, that was close to the end line. Carvinen actually thought it was a Raiders point. Actually, they reversed it. I think someone admitted that someone touched it on the Bourne side as it went through, so it is a Raiders point. It will be an ace point at that, too. That one drops down out of bounds, and that one is a Bourne point. Anna Cox on the serve, lined up on the right side, dropping quickly. There's an ace point for Bourne. Good serve there by Cox. We'll see if she can double down this time. And then we're going to have a violation. She stepped on the line as she was serving that ball. Got to release contact before you get over that line. You see players jump up, and then after they hit it, they land in front of that red line. That's okay. One of those feet was on the line while making contact. And here comes Grace Morris back into the match, replacing Adriana D'Souza. Carteret on the serve, dropping quickly, and it drops down. That was Timo looking for Buckley on her left that time. Runs the score in the set to 23-6 in favor of Somerset Berkeley. Carteret can't get it over the netting that time. Kendra Kuda back into the match, replacing Jess Carteret. Tabor Ellis for Bourne, mid-right side. Line drive, short. And this is set point now for Somerset Berkeley. Lily Fisher. Right side on the serve, into the mix. One hand hit over. Actually, one attempt hit over by Claire Buckley. Brenna Timo. Dropping quickly, a nice setup there. And more miscommunication. Bowers wanted it. Still set point here for the Raiders. Timo again on the serve. Dropping quickly. Good dig by Bowers. Duff on the side. It's Brown sending it up again. She receives it on the third whack. Hit backwards. And Somerset Berkeley takes that set after it went off of Tabor Ellis. The way we do it in volleyball, both teams switch sides. For the freshman and JV side, it's best of 3 sets. When we get to varsity, it's best of 5. We'll take a short break while these two teams switch sides. We'll be back for the second set in just a minute. All right, we're back inside the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium, about to start set number 2 in this afternoon's freshman girls volleyball matchup. Somerset Berkeley took set number 1. Both teams have swapped sides on the bench, as they do. And it should be Somerset Berkeley serving first, and it will be as the referee tosses it on over to Kendra Kudo. But the first server up for the Raiders in the second set will be Lily Fisher. Fisher, a good high serve, and off the hands that time of Sasha Brown. Front line out there for Bourne, Bella Cavallo, Sasha Brown, and Angelina Carvinen. Front line for the Raiders, Grace Morris, Jillian Brown, and Riley Duff. Ends up on the back line that time, and Brown will get it on over, but out of bounds. Fisher again, another high serve and a good dig there by Kent. Duff gets it away. Another good dig there, and Kent sends it back over. Back on the other side for Duff, and she can't get it over the netting. Hit that top white part. Bourne gets their first point of the second set. It'll be Carvalho to serve, but first a substitution. Jenna Stanko checking in for Carly Kent. Soft serve over, won't make it over that netting. Here's Jillian Brown. Brown, a nice line drive serve, drops for an ace point. Brown serves it way behind that red line. I think that was part of it why it didn't go over. Had good power on it, though. Hannah Cox checking back in for Bourne, replacing Brown. And it's going to be Cox to serve. And just a mishit that time. It drifted off towards her left side, the far side from our vantage point. And a Somerset Berkeley sub, Caderet in for Kudo. And Grace Morris on the mid-right side to serve this one up. 5-2, Somerset Berkeley over Bourne set 2. Somerset gets to 25 first in that set. They will win the freshman match. Caderet sends it over to Canalman going up for it. A backwards hit by Stanko. Back in the middle and a nice drop. Caderet. I don't even think she meant to do that originally. Well, you'll take it. McKenna Loudon checking in for Bourne. And Nevaeh Maxfield will go take a seat. Stanko couldn't get it over to the side to Loudon. That one drops down and another Raiders point. Nice serve over, a backwards hit there by Timo. Ends up in the crowd after a bounce. Yeah, another timeout called on the court by the Bourne Canalmen. They're down 9-2 in set number 2. Next game's coming up on the freshman side for both teams. Somerset Berkeley will be at Seekonk on Wednesday afternoon to take on the Warriors. Again, that tri-match starts at 3:30. Bourne is back at home, and they will be taking on the Apponequet Lakers starting at 3:30. If you're watching on our Bourne Community TV feeds, Dan Vincegara and I will be back for that tri-match going on. The Somerset Berkeley freshman side is 3-0 so far on the year, and all of them have been sweeps against Greater New Bedford, Apponequet, and Durfee. And man, would this be a big result against last year's state championship program. They say everything is by generation, so you're looking at 2-3 years from now, the future varsity players for these programs. Grace Moore still on the serve out of the timeout. A high ball over, hit off to the side, and a nice hit back over by Stanko. It eventually drops, though, as Caderet sent it into the middle. Canalmen, though, give them credit. They're still getting good hits on their side of the court. Just having trouble after the Raiders send it back over. And that one drops. Stanko tried to let that one go, another ace. I believe now that's 5 or 6 now for Somerset Berkeley. Here comes Kent back into the match, replacing Jenna Stanko. Timo will head to the back line. Serve up from Morris. And there's the hit from Timo. Backwards hit by Kent. Pop to the side to Duff, left side for Bowers, and it drops in on that back corner. Good hit there by Bryn Bowers. Up in the air, Timo sends it into the middle, and Timo's got to get it again after Kent hit it back to her. One touch from Karvinen back over. Bowers to the other side. Reverse hit there for Kent. Duff into the middle. In the air. That's going to head over the netting. Fisher back up. Side over. Bowers never got it to drop. That one was heading out of play. Brown elects to keep it in, though. Brown sends it back over. One-hand tap again from Kent. Still in the area, and it's a Raiders point. Good rally. That's a round of applause from everybody. And into the match will be Zoe Fisher. Great work by Grace Morris on all of those serves. And Fisher short on that serve. Angelina Karvinen, left side, whacks it over, stays in play. Duff on the side for Caderet, gets it over the netting. Here's Loden back over. That's Brown into the mix. Duff for Caderet. Saved by Timo. Kent back in the middle. And Karvinen will get that one to drop Actually, it was Loden who was there. Carvinen was the one who called it off that time, but Loden had the hit. And we'll be Carvinen to serve again. Carvinen a good serve over, and it drops for an ace point. Short serve over. Duff runs in, back over to Carteret. And Timo, I don't know if she was trying to get that one to Ken or Carvinen, but it drops down in the Bourne area. There is no set libero for either team here in this freshman game. Good serve over. Good job by Fisher to keep it alive. That's Bowers with it, off of Cox, and it drops behind. Good power there by Bowers. (15-5) the score in set 2. Duff on the serve line, drive short. Jenna Stanko checking back in as both coaches were telling him this is how you line it up. There it is. Yeah, the freshman level, they say, is the introductory class of sorts. And still the first 3 weeks of high school. You got 4 more years to figure it out. Stanko on the serve, drops in, nice serve. Short serve that time. And you'll take the 1-1 though. All right, here is Bryn Bowers. Nice serve over. 2 attempts wouldn't work by Carvinen and Timo. Bowers again, and it drops. Gonna have to start calling that the Bauer power on that. Bowers, another heavy serve. Back in for Timo with the reverse hit. It was Fisher running in, and we got a net violation, it looks like, on Somerset Berkeley. It might have been Carteret that time. Loden on the serve. Timo keeps it alive after it's back over. And Duca now when players Cox and Carvalho both hit it at the same time. That time it'll be Carvalho. Duff, left side, Brown, back, and another Raiders point. You can probably see right in the middle of your screen, showing up now in the gym about an hour and a half early is Raiders head coach Emily Travis. Again, we're going to be broadcasting all 3 games of this tri-match. We got JV coming up next, and then varsity later on tonight. It's Carteret on the serve. Carvalho will send it over. Brown in for Duff. Good job there by Timo, and it drops. Jenna Stanko closest to it. Carly Kent checks back in for Jenna Stanko. The Raiders 5 points away now from taking this match. Jessica Cataret, short serve. Sasha Brown finally back in after a long rest on the bench. Replaces Hannah Cox, and Brennan Timo will serve it on the left side. Timo, a good serve, dropping quickly. A good dig there by the Raiders, and it drops in. On the dig that time, Kendra Kudo. And it's Lily Fisher on the serve. Another high one will make its way over fairly easily, and she hits it backwards on a good touch over to Duff. Kept alive by Kent, running over Carvinen. The third hit from Bourne works by Brown. Back on the side, Jillian Brown for Somerset Berkeley drops. Lily Fisher again. Another good serve over, it drops. Again, just miscommunication between Carvinen and Kent. Again, the coaches were both saying that communication was one of their keys to the game. And again, still early on in the year. We're only 2 to 3 weeks in. You got 2 more months to figure this out. Another Raiders point, and it's set and match point now for the ladies in blue. That's Loden sending it over and hitting that one out of bounds, I believe, was Kudo. There's Bella Cavarlo going to need at least 14 straight to keep it going, and it's going to be short. The Raiders take set 2, 25-10. They've taken the match 2-0. Great effort by Somerset Berkeley in this freshman game, as both teams will be lining it up in just a second. Great work again by both of these freshman sides. The Bourne team actually had some very nice plays in there. Very impressed, I would say, with Brenna Timo and Hannah Cox the most for Bourne, especially on those dig attempts. And it looks like they're just going to have some fun at the end. Looks like a 5-minute running clock mode. And might as well keep going on here, right? It's Timo over, and that one will drop. Now, I know, Mackenzie, you said you were involved in volleyball, and I'm kind of new. I'm not the expert on it. What's going on right now? Why is there another 5 minutes for it? Are you? You don't know. Hey, guess what? I'm about as certain as you right now. I have no idea. I don't think this is going to go into the official scoring in any way or not. This also might be, too, because you still got both teams that are warming up over there. Bourne was a little late getting here, so maybe they're just trying to space out this time as much as they can. Short serve. Makes it 2-1 Bourne. Layla Blake on the serve. believe for both sides, everybody got into this freshman match. So that's good to see in terms of a depth perspective for both South Coast Conference teams. It'll be Riley Duff on the serve right side. And that foot was on the line. The referee didn't call it. That was almost a hand violation by Anna Kirby. Another dropping serve and an ace point. And 3 subs coming in for Bourne this time. Claire Buckley, Tabor Ellis, and Haley Morrison will replace Brenna Timo, McKenna Loden, and Angelina Carvinen. Short serve will bring this bonus set to 3-3. And maybe they're also doing this too because the sets were both ended very quickly. Somerset Berkeley won 25-8 and 25-10. Tapped backwards, kept alive by the Raiders and Brown, and Bauer sends it over, and it goes off of the hands of Hannah Cox. Cox high up in the air and a nice hit. And it drops. Kirby got close to that netting. Going to be a good JV and varsity matches coming up soon. Both teams know for sure on the varsity side have winning records. I assume the same for the JV sides. Bourne's been dominating there. The Somerset Berkeley program, very young and very hopeful for their volleyball future. It's been since 2002, the last time that the Raiders won a volleyball state championship. That was in Division II. Bourne's last year was in Division 5. And this is probably going to be the last serve here as the clock hits 3 seconds. There it comes up in the air, sent on over, and there's the horn. Might as well keep it alive. That's Jillian Brown, and it's hit backwards. I guess that counts as a win there. Bonus set there, Raiders sweep, if you want to call it that. Now both teams will line up after a tremendous freshman game. Mackenzie and I are going to take about a half-hour break on our TV and YouTube feeds, and we'll be back for the junior varsity game in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. All right, everyone, we're back inside the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium at Somerset Berkeley Regional High School, about to start the second of our 3 games in this afternoon's women's volleyball tri-match. Somerset Berkeley, again, taking on Bourne High School. If you're joining us on any of our platforms, we're on Berkeley Community Access TV Channel 9, Somerset Access TV Channel 98, Bourne Community Television Channels 13, 14, and 15, and our Blue Raider Studios YouTube channel. We do thank you, Keegan Hamblett, with Mackenzie Pertel on camera. Somerset Berkeley defeated Bourne 2-0 in the freshman match, looking to continue their dominance against an undefeated junior varsity Bourne team. And it looks like Somerset Berkeley will serve first. It's going to be Brooke Parent on the serve. Again, similar to the freshman side, junior varsity, it's first to 2 set wins. We go best out of 3. Sending that one over is Lexi Dede for Bourne. Parent has it again on the side for Gooch, kept alive by Yarnell. Back over again for Flaherty, and that was 3 touches, didn't get it over. Got to talk to Bourne JV head coach Russell about keys to the game. She was saying her main keys are serving aggressively, swing with smart shots, and communication on defense. It's Sophia Brito on the serve for Bourne, setting up in the middle, serving in the middle. It's going to end up for Cini. Good dig by Yarnell, up high. We get a violation, it looks like, on the netting, and it's going to be a Bourne Canalman point. Brito again on the serve, another line drive one. That was Gobiel setting it up. Now back over for Cini, heading towards the line, and it took a touch off of the libero, Maggie Berry. It was heading out, but sometimes you have that rushed instinct and just elect to hit it. Hayden Gooch on the serve. And it drops down, ace point. Brito was the closest one to it for Bourne. That serve going over everybody that time. That's push-ups. Every single time, Bourne will earn a point. Miller is subbing in for Bourne, replacing Maggie Berry. Marked as an official substitution that time. And Lexi Dede will try to serve this one away again. Dede not going over. A little bit short that time. Four to 3, Somerset Berkeley over Bourne in the early going of the junior varsity match. That's Berry setting it up. Back behind for Riley and tapped back over by Brito, but out of bounds. Line drive serve over, another ace point. Brito up in the air, Miller in the mix. It's not going over after 3 touches again. Yarnell on that last touch. Somerset Berkeley is looking sharp here against Bourne. And the Canalman players trying to pump up their team. We had a timeout called on the court by Bourne High School, with Somerset Berkeley having a 7-3 advantage so far. And we previewed it in the freshman game that when this varsity matchup comes up in about an hour to an hour and a half, can only imagine what the energy is going to be like, not just for the fans, the parents, and however many students elect to come here tonight, but the players on the side, the freshman JV players that are going to be watching, and the varsity players on the bench. So it's going to be up there for a Game of the Year candidate in the South Coast Conference. Bourne will definitely go into it as the quote-unquote favorite. And you never know, anything could happen. These two schools, I would say, probably have the best environments in all of the South Coast Conference. After the timeout, a nice hit back by Parent. I don't know how in the world that one dropped in the middle on the other side, but it did. That's an 8th point for the Raiders. Caitlin Hill checking in for Bourne, replacing Bella Flaherty. Another line drive serve and an ace point. Evelyn Addy. Some nice serves going on so far. That makes it 6 straight now for the Raiders. Another line drive one, dropping quick. It was off the arms of Brito. That one heading over everybody, but a terrific run by Evelyn Addy. Shea Riley on the serve for Bourne. Line drive one. Barrow keeps it alive. It's away from everybody. That was Parent trying to get it over on the side. And someone's wearing 12 out there. I don't have a 12 on my Somerset roster. Well, looks like Lucy Gooch wearing 12. Also part of the varsity team, probably just has it in the early going. Lucy Gooch, a part of the varsity girls basketball program here at Somerset Berkeley. Only a sophomore too. And she did get some minutes last year, I will say, on that varsity girls basketball program. Was definitely the leader of that JV team. And this volleyball team and that girls basketball program last year were coached by the same person, head coach Emily Travis. Emily Travis, however, will not be returning as the head coach of Somerset Berkeley girls basketball. Assistant coach Andy Lawrence has taken over for that program. And another one of the assistant coaches for the Somerset Berkeley boys basketball program, Chris Mendes, has taken over as the head coach of that boys basketball program after Slater announced his retirement after 16 years at the helm. Here's Brooke Parent with it, getting it over to Lucy Gooch. It drops down. Stella Vieira, another one of those varsity girls basketball players, subbing on in for Lila Cini. Miscommunication on that one. Riley and Miller both hitting it at the same time. Head coach for this junior varsity program is Kimberly Ferrara. It was my mistake earlier. It was Jessica Albin, the head coach of the freshman team, as the Raiders are going to earn another point to run that score to 13-7. Both of them are assistant coaches for the varsity team. And there's a third one, too. Not a coach of either of these two non-varsity teams. Adam Oman, who's actually sitting right next to head coach Travis right now, right behind the scores table. Bourne's also got 3 assistant coaches, Kara Russell, Naylin Dunlop, and Cassie Lee. Miller comes on over to take a seat. Here's another serve and a misstep, it looked like, from Vieira that time. Coach Russell going on over trying to figure out who the next server is. And it's going to be Emma Yarnell. First, before the service substitution, Ellie Jones in for Sophia Brito. Yarnell on the serve. Popped up in the air. Right side for Gooch. A good dig there that time by Yarnell. Back on the other side. Jones sending it over, and it drops down. Nice dig attempt that time, wouldn't work, by Gooch. Cadence Gooch that time. (14-10) is the score in set one. Gooch will pop it up for Brooke Parent. Back into the mix for Mallory Rivers. Good tap there by Rivers. And the Raiders will finally have another serve. But Quinn Gobiel will check in first for Lucy Gooch. Jones and Yarnell unable to hit that one over. It was set up nicely, but a little bit behind. And Yarnell had to reach for it with one hand on the fist. We have yet to see Bourne head coach David Moore in the building yet. Moore in his second stint with this Bourne Canalman volleyball program. Again, brought home that state title last season. It was their first since 2018. Quinn Gobiel again on the serve. And let's see. Got a discussion at the table. This might be a question on who's serving or who should be in right now. Again, you can hear a pin drop in this building. Also nice seeing some of the Raider volleyball players helping out at that scores table. Yeah, it looks like they're all set. There's a serve over, a good dig there by Cotton. Tap backwards by Parent. Nice reverse hit by Hill, and it drops. Lexi Didi back into the match. Looks like she's going to set up top on that left side. As the libero, Maggie Berry, will serve it up in the middle, libero to libero that time. And it drops after Kylie Cotton mishit it. (18-11) in set number one. Again, we go best of 3 sets. And varsity will go on to best of 5. Just a mishit on the serve there. Another short one that time. It was Caitlin Hill on the end of it. And I don't think it was because of that. I know A lot of the times we see the substitutions, it's just for the serving order. It's not because they messed up on the serve. It was Bella Flaherty checking in. She lines up on the right side. Right across from Ellie Jones. Canalman point there. And Brito about to check back in. Ellie Jones will go take a seat. Looks like another sub coming in too. Yarnell will go in for Cotton. It's going to be Brito on the serve. Her team down 6. Gooch couldn't get it on over to Parent. Timeout called by Somerset Berkeley. And a 19-14 set 1 lead. And why don't we take a short break on our TV feeds? We'll be right back. We're back out of the timeout. We missed some fun and game shenanigans during that timeout. Yeah, the Bourne players that are sitting off to the side, both a combination of freshmen and varsity players trying to get into the heads of the Raiders. I think that's mostly the freshman crew. As here comes the next group up. The varsity players beginning to walk in now. Ace point here for Somerset Berkeley. Was off the hand of Didi. And there he is walking in on the left side. You probably get a shot right of him. David Moore, head coach of Bourne. One of the greatest coaches, probably the greatest coach in the history of the program. Berry able to get it on over to Yarnell. It goes out of play. Nice effort, though. Gooch on the serve. 3 points away from winning the set. Another ace point coming up here. Again off the hands of Yarnell. Emma Yarnell was big for Bourne in last week's junior varsity matchup against West Bridgewater. Tapped nicely there by Didi. Back in the middle for Riley, and it's short. Set point here for the Raiders. There it is. Somerset Berkeley takes set 1, 25-14. And what better way to do it on an ace point? We'll take another short break on all of our platforms as both teams switch sides, and we'll be back for set number 2 in about 3 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere. All right, back inside the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium in the second of 3 matches today. It's the junior varsity matchup going on right now between Somerset Berkeley and Bourne. The Raiders took the first set, 25-14. Both teams have swapped sides, and Somerset Berkeley, boy, if they're able to get a sweep of this whole tri-match, what a result that would be. And a message sent to the South Coast Conference. These two teams, you can easily make a case, are the top 2. Pontiac is definitely up there too. Somerset Berkeley, I believe, beat them the other day too in that varsity match. And again, we do thank you for watching on any of our feeds. If you're watching on our YouTube feeds, which are Bourne Community TV and Blue Raider Studios, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I don't know if this is going to go down as 3 separate videos or one long video of all the games we're doing today, but it definitely helps out all of the networks that we broadcast on. For our TV networks, we're broadcasting on Berkeley Community Access TV Channel 9, Somerset Access TV Channel 98, and Bourne Community TV Channels 13, 14, and 15. Do want to shout out my camera person, Mackenzie Pertell, filming all of the games today for all of our platforms. I'm Keegan Hamblett on commentary. Start of set 2, Shea Riley on the serve. Line drives it, not over the net. Another line drive serve, tapped in the air. And Brito's going to have to send this one backwards, and it drops down right in front of Gooch. Nice reverse hit by Brito. It's Yarnell this time. Lines up on her left side. Short. We get a substitution coming on for the Raiders. Mallory Rivers will go up front, joining Vanessa Antonio and Agatha Almeida. Bourne sends it over close to that line on the side. Parent left side, and a nice hit over by Vanessa Antonio. And a little bit too far for Brianna Donovan that time. And a miss hit, and it almost went in the basketball hoop that time. Should be double points. I think she was behind the arc too. Maybe count that as 3 points if it happened again. Speaking of 3 points, that's what Somerset Berkeley is up right now in set 2, 4-1. And Addie couldn't get over the net that time. One libero comes in, the other one comes out. Lexi Dede on the serve. Dede, a nice punch over on the side, kept alive by Parent and tapped over by Antonio. Maul in the mix. Kennedy sent it over. Back on the side by Almeida. And it goes out of play. Lila Cini back into the match to replace Agatha Almeida. Looks like now they're going to have to wait. Actually, scratch that substitution. Cini's going to have to wait to come back in. The referees are now going to confer with each other. So the ruling on that last one, it's a deflection and a Raiders point, and now the sub is made. Cini's in for Almeida. Cini, a nice serve. Riley keeps it up, backwards hit. Brito couldn't get it to work that time. That was another line drive and an ace point by Lila Cini. Kylie Cotton back into the match for Bourne, replacing Emma Yarnell. The back line right in the middle. 7-2 Somerset Berkeley in the second set. If they win this second set, they are the winners of the junior varsity match. On the side for Parent, left side, line drive hit over. And a kill for Vanessa Antonio. Another high serve, popped up by Cotton, off to the table. Oh, and it knocked a drink over. I don't know if that's the referee's drink or one of the score people's drinks they're putting in the cup holder. That's right at about my spot at that table for these home basketball games. And now what do we got? Guess the serve came too early. Ace point there. Kennedy hit it backwards. Cini kept up by Cotton at that back line. Nice head over by Flaherty. Here's Parent setting it up in the middle for Rivers. It's over everybody. Did it take a touch? No, it did not. Flaherty on the serve for Bourne. 10-3. Raiders over the Canalmen. Another substitution here for Somerset Berkeley. Ava Fitzgerald into the match for the first time, replacing Vanessa Antonio. And Ellie Jones comes back in for Bourne. Shea Riley will take a seat, and the serve came early again. Yeah, everybody's having a giggle out there. Even some of the Bourne players are having a laugh at that one. That's the second time in the last 6 or 7 serves that time. And it's short of the netting. Coach Russell might want to think about using a timeout soon. Get 2 to use each set. Another line drive off the top of the netting. Kennedy receives it again, and she can't hit it over. There's a whole bunch of wide open space if she notices it on that right side. She went for that right side, short of the net that time. Yarnell back in for Cotton. And Bree Donovan will be on the serve. And short that time. Nice dig there by Bourne, but it's going out of play. Yarnell with a tremendous effort. (15-4). Malik on the serve. Close to that back line, and it drops another ace point. Bree Donovan had the touch trying to leave it for Sophia Brito. Here's the serve. That one goes out of play that time. The Raider varsity players in their uniforms, about a half hour away from the start, unless this one goes to a third set. Does not look like, as of now, we'll knock on wood, that that's going to happen. Fitzgerald will send it over, and that one drops in right in the corner. Nice hit by Ava Fitzgerald. Parent will take it this time, but first Almeida will check in for Cini. Up top, you got Almeida, Gooch, and Addy for Somerset Berkeley. And nearly hit them in front as the serve was short. On that back line for Somerset Berkeley, you got Malik, Fitzgerald, and Parent. Ellie Jones on the serve. And up front for Bourne, you got Flaherty, Yarnell, and Kennedy. Actually, it was Dede. Like there might have been a swap out there. Kennedy wears 18 for Bourne. And checking in is 18 for Somerset. How about that? Vanessa Antonio in for Ava Fitzgerald. Raiders have 18 points too. Guess that's the lucky number, as there's an ace serve for Shea Riley. Marie Mall into the game now for Ellie Jones. Again, I'm interested to see what this crowd's going to be like for the varsity game. Again, for all the Bourne fans that were out there, we covered Wednesday's game against West Bridgewater. It was a great student turnout after a lot of athletic events were taking place. You've got the girls' soccer programs who are home right now out on the front grass fields against Bourne High School, too. You got the boys' soccer team that's going to be coming back from Bourne High probably towards the end of set number 1, the beginning of set 2. And you've got the football team that usually comes here for a lot of the matches, that they're going to be finishing up their practice pretty soon, too. Usually they end around 5 o'clock. I believe they're on the turf today. Maggie Berry in for Bree Donovan. Shea Riley on the serve. Cuts it into the middle. A good tap by Flaherty. Sent back over. Lined up by Perrin into the middle looking for the kill. It wouldn't work. 3 redirections. Somehow got changed there. Mall was the last one who had a shot at it. Gooch again on the serve and an ace. Bourne running out of chances. And Russell going to keep this game going as long as she can as she takes her first time out of the set. We'll keep it here during the timeout. Again, we get the varsity match coming up in about a half hour or so between these two teams and what could be a Game of the Year candidate for the South Coast Conference. And at the beginning, you're actually going to see me in a different location. I'll be announcing the participants for both teams down at court level, and then I got to rush up here while the anthem is playing to get ready. Again, this Bourne varsity side is loaded with sophomores and seniors. There's only one junior on that roster, and that would be number 8, Emily Sudo. The Somerset Berkeley side's got representation on all the grade levels. They have 6 seniors on their roster. They've got 4 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 1 freshman. The freshman is number 4, Madison Bednars. Gotta love when you see freshmen on varsity rosters in their first year. Means you're gonna be set for them, for the program, as that one's heading out for a few years to come. This now makes it set and match point for Somerset Berkeley. Caden Scooch again on the serve. Here it comes. Out of play. The Raiders take it. 2-0 yet again. This time it's 25-6. The first set was 25-14. Both teams line up for the good game handshakes. And Mackenzie and I are going to take about a half-hour break. Let the varsity teams warm up, and then we'll get set for Bourne vs. Somerset Berkeley Varsity Girls Volleyball. Stick around on any of our platforms. We'll be back.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium here at Somerset Berkeley for tonight's volleyball match between the visiting Bourne Canalman and our very own Somerset Berkeley Raiders. Our participating student athletes, coaches, and referees have worked diligently to prepare for tonight's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. And should their behaviors reflect the values that should be identified identified with these student athletes. Spectators may be asked to leave the gym for the use of inappropriate language, gestures, and for yelling at referees, coaches, players, and other spectators. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game. As always, we're grateful for the referees that we have here tonight. Without them, we would have no game. Please join both teams in welcoming tonight's referees. And here are today's participants. First to the visitors from Bourne High School. Number 2, Ariana McCarthy. Number 3, Charlotte Taylor. Number 4, Lily Russell. Number 5, Michaela Muldoon. Number 7, Avery Morrill. Number 8, Emily Sudo. Number 11, Stacy Lee. Number 12, Nola Timo. Number 14, Lillian DeMora. Number 17, Lila Bean. Number 18, Maddie Rossignol. And number 19, Sophia Hallinan. The head coach of the Kanawha is David Moore. He's assisted by Kara Russell, Neelan Dunlop, and Cassie Lee. And now here are the participants for the Somerset Berkeley Raiders. Number 1, Addison Parent. Number 2, the captain, Riley Brown. Number 4, Maddie Bednar. Number 6, Jaylee Lacerda. Number 7, Lily Poisson. Number 8, Cameron Carey. Number 10, Ava Wendell. Number 11, the captain, Lauren Canute. Number 12, Lucy Gooch. Number 21, Samantha Como. Number 22, the captain, Kaylee DeSantos. Number 24, Caitlin Ferrara. And number 25, Abigail Reel. The head coach of the Raiders is Emily Travis. She's assisted by Jessica Alden, Kimberly Ferrara, and Adam Oman. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Tremendous crowd here at the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Somerset Berkeley Regional High School. Welcome to our coverage of South Coast Conference Girls Volleyball on Berkeley Community Access TV, Somerset Access TV, Blue Raider Studios on YouTube, and Bourne Community TV on YouTube and channels 6, 8, and 9. Game of the year in the South Coast Conference as the Bourne Canalman gets set to take on the Somerset Berkeley Raiders. Thank you for joining us on any of our platforms. I'm Keegan Hamblin on commentary. Mackenzie Purtell is running our camera. The Bourne Canalmen wearing their purple uniform, Somerset Berkeley in navy blue tonight. And you can't see it on camera, but there is a big crowd that is right in front of us, below about 10 to 15 feet. Riley Brown with an early check-in for Somerset Berkeley to replace Kaylee DeSantos, captain to captain that time. Riley Brown is wearing the libero uniform, though. Somerset Berkeley, it's pink, and for Bourne, they'll have a white libero uniform for Avery Morrill. And it's going to be Bourne to serve first. Michaela Muldoon on the serve. Let's sit back and enjoy this one again. Game of the year candidate. Serving on the right side. Ends up behind Perrin, able to hit it. Here's the tap over from Como. Set up again and a nice hit. And earning a point was Sophia Hallinan. Muldoon again on the serve. Good serve there. Brown taps it up. Here's Parent, left side Ferrara. Couldn't get it down. Morrill's there. Back over on the left side for Lily Russell. Out of play. Somerset Berkeley point. Lily Russell was our Bourne Community TV player of the game last Wednesday against West Bridgewater. That was a sweep for the ladies in purple. Como on the serve, plays it over towards the side. Muldoon to set it up in the middle. Here's the spike, and it's off the netting by Allanen. Como, a good-looking ball in the middle. Morrill sets it up for Muldoon in the middle, and falling down in the mix by Maddie Rosignol. And this will lead to a serve from the senior Lily Russell. 6 seniors on either side tonight. Here's Canoose on the left, able to get it over a second time, but there's the tap by Hallinan. Three to 2, Bourne set one early on. Here's Russell again. Serves it in the middle. Tapped up by Como. Back into the mix. There's Ferrara. Couldn't get it down. Goes again, and there's a good kill there by Nola Timo off the arm of Jaylee Lacerda. Tapped up nicely. Parent leaves it for Ferrara. Good hit by Morrill to keep it alive, and a tap by Muldoon will drop. Number 5 earning .5 for Bourne. Parent again, too far for Canoose, and no net violation that time. Lacerda also getting in the mix. Good dig there by Riley Brown to send it back over. Here's Morrill on the other side for Hallinan. Saved by Parent. Back over for Lacerda, tapped up and down off the hand of Hallinan. And the Raiders end the streak. This is Lauren Canoose on the serve. Sets up along the mid-right side. Canoose, a good serve. Morrill's there to put it high in the air. Muldoon back over on the right side. Got deflected. Kept alive by Como. Tapped up again. Here's Muldoon for Timo. And you know she's waiting on it for that kill. Lacerda sends it back over. Here's Timo a second time. It won't drop. Parent back to Como. Lacerda a third time. Towards the corner. Nice hit by Jaylee Lacerda. Here's the senior Canoose again, tapped up by Timo. One tap over by Muldoon, a good dig by Parent. Lacerda again, Russell has it. Up for Muldoon, spike attempt, wouldn't work. Oh, the Raiders just canceling everything out in the early going. Muldoon back for Timo, and she hits it off of her own netting. And here come the fans now and the Raiders bench. And there are a lot of Raiders students here right below us on the left side. They're going to be making a ton of noise. So a lot of those football players that we talked about coming back from their practice that they had. Here's Canoose on the serve. Once again, Muldoon sets it up in the middle, and that one drops by Hallinan. Wasn't the prettiest, but Parent couldn't catch up to it in time. Canoose will go off. Riley Brown comes on. Similar sub on the other side. McCarthy in for Morrill. They're libero subs, so it doesn't count officially on the limit for the set. Maddie Rosignol sets up middle left side, and a violation. Must be a carry, I guess. 8-5 Bourne over Somerset. The senior Rosignol set to serve. And there's a service ace there as Como didn't dive for it in time. Rosignol, excellent serve. Brown taps it up. Parent leaves it behind. Ferrara will let that one go out of play. So I think Timo got the hand on it. Now we got two subs checking in for the Raiders. Maddie Bednars and Cameron Carey. And we're replacing Addie Parent and Caitlin Ferrara. And the only freshman out there tonight, Madison Bednars, will be on the serve. Bednars, a nice looking serve to the other four and Morrill. Muldoon plays it for Timo, dropping quickly. Lacerda saves it. Back again that time for Carey. Up in the air, Russell this time for Hallinan. Good dig. And there was about to be a carry violation either way by the senior Cameron Carey. Here's Sophia Hallinan up in the air by Brown. Carey will get it to DeSantos. Hallinan sets it up. Backdoor, it drops. Michaela Muldoon didn't think she wanted it originally. She's able to earn a point. Hallinan, a good dig there, but it will go down. Should be as an ace point. Brown again up in the air behind. Como gets it over to Carey. Close to a violation there. Timo on the hit, way out of play. And that just shows the power of someone like Nola Timo. Abby Reel checking in for Samantha Como. As the sophomore, Lacerda will set it up. 12-7. Bourne leads in set one. Muldoon gets it away to Hallinan. Morrill will send it over. Brown, a good reverse hit. Dropping quickly. Timo to Hallinan. In the middle. Kept alive by Lacerda, and it drops. McCarthy, I think, was the one who sent that one over. This will be Timo on the serve right side. Brown will play it up in the middle. DeSantos, she got that one to drop. And Canoose will check back in. Kayla DeSantos will come over to the side. All three captains in the mix. One sub in, or one captain and one captain out. And the other captain to serve. Riley Brown, left middle side. Hallinan sets it up for Russell, a good hit. Avery Morrill, line drive. It will be a three-tapper. They don't get it over. As Cameron Carey, who had the last whack at it, Bednar set it up. Another line drive serve, and it's off to the side by Reel. Ace point for Bourne. And their lead is double, 16-8. Riley Brown taps it up. That's Bednar setting it up for Canoose, and it drops. Good kill there by Lauren Canoose. Parent and Ferrara checking back in for Bednars and Carey. And Addie Parent will be on the serve. The 6 seniors on the Somerset Berkeley team are Addison Parent, Riley Brown, Cameron Carey, Ava Windle, Lauren Canoose, and Kaylee DeSantos. Good dig by Morrow, and Ferrara with a wicked kill that time. Here's Addison Parent, another line drive serve. Russell will tap it up. Hallinan, and let's see. It's like a violation against Somerset Berkeley. They called that first before the point. Back to the top of the order with Muldoon. Muldoon, another line drive, and then should be another ace. Lacerda was the one who played it that time for SB. Brown to Parent, back in the middle. Real sends it over. Hallinan leaves it short. Muldoon back to Hallinan. Back on the other side. Real a second time. Not going to work. Morrow, Muldoon, and a miss hit by Rossignol. Samantha Como checks back in for Abigail Reel. Como on the serve with her team trailing by 7 in set 1. Morrill on the dig. Muldoon sets it up on the right side, and a kill by Russell. Parent leaves on the right. Ferrara, did it take a touch? No, it did not. Tapped up by Como, played behind. Ferrara with a slight tap. Ends up to Muldoon, sets it up for Rossignol. Good dig there. And a double hit that time by Somerset Berkeley. It's a Bourne point. Ace point there off of Jaylee Lacerda. Let's see if Coach Travis wants to use one of her 2 timeouts. Does not look like she's going to. Russell again on the serve, sets up on the left this time. Parent for Canoes. Slight tap, Timo the dig, reverse his going, oh, it was going out of play. Parent gets it over to Lacerda, and now we get another violation. Russell again, line drive, another ace. Russell making it look way too easy right now. And she'll set up a set point. Russell, line drive, out of bounds. Great run, though, by the senior Lily Russell, who again is the daughter of assistant coach and the JV head coach, Kara Russell. Let's see what Lauren Canoose can do. She'll need at least 12 straight to keep the set going. Canoose, line drive. That'll work. It's Hallinan over to Timo. It takes the touch. Bourne gets the point. They take set 1, 25-13. Good looking set by both sides, but Bourne strung that run the mid to late portion of set number 1. They lead this match 1-0. We'll take a 3-minute break on our feeds and we'll be back for set number 2 in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back inside the vet, about to start set number 2 in tonight's South Coast Conference girls volleyball varsity matchup between Somerset Berkeley and Bourne. Bourne took the first set 25-13. A great string of aces and wins from Bourne, and their server, Lily Russell, helped captivate a dynamic lead that I believe was as big as 13 or 14 at one point in that first set. Should be Somerset Berkeley serve first because Bourne served first in set 1. Up top for Somerset Berkeley, you've got Canoose, Ferrara, and Reel. You've got Rosignol and Hallinan up top right now for Bourne. And I would assume that they would put Lily Russell up there, currently chatting with Michaela Muldoon. And I have to say, from the Bourne sports perspective, you got to be impressed. It's a school now that has an enrollment of just slightly over 300, and they have so many fall sports teams, most notably volleyball and football, that are competing to potentially win some state championships. The Raiders are in the point there. Again, the Bourne Canalman volleyball team won the championship last year. It's been since '02 since Somerset won a volleyball state championship. Bourne's was in D5. Somerset's way back when was in Division 2. Here's Russell again on the serve. Up in the air, here's Parent. Canoose left it for Ferrara and close to the line, but it's a Bourne point. One definitely missed off to the left side. It wasn't over the back line. It's Russell again, hits it off the net. In comes Samantha Como again for Abigail Reel. Here is Como. Up in the air, Timo leaves it. Morrow back over for Timo. You know she's going for power. Brown will save it to Parent. Other side, Lacerda deflected. Russell's got it. Muldoon back again. Timo a second time. Up high, down hard. Lauren Canoose. Here's Como. Over to Timo. Muldoon looking to set it up. And taking that one was Hallinan. Canoose up high again. Looking to tap it down. Rosignol to Morrill. Timo up top again. What a string by Lauren Canoose. She got a touch again. And it was saved, but out of bounds by Samantha Como. Lauren Canoose, I mean, they didn't get the point, but she is putting on a clinic at the start of the second set. The Raiders got to focus. They all got the giggles down there in front. Rosignol is about to serve it. Goes to that side, and it's heading out of play. Heavy touch that time from Samantha Como. Again, we thank you all wherever you're tuning in on YouTube, on one of our community access feeds. We do thank you, Keegan Hamblett on commentary, Mackenzie Pertell running our camera. Riley Brown got that one over, set up in the middle. McCarthy, I don't know if Canoose got a touch. It might have just hit the netting, but she'll help earn another Raiders point. Now they have the score marked at 4-4. I believe Bourne has an advantage right now, because Bourne had another point just before that. There's Russell for Muldoon, leaves it behind. Rosignol off of Canoose. Actually, Hallinan that time, that's my mistake. Always tough to tell the 8s and the 9s on the jerseys. At least they got easy to read jerseys, though. You got white numbers on purple jerseys. Remember, the trickiest one last year was definitely Norwood and field hockey. And it wasn't entirely their fault. It was 9:30 in the morning that game. As it drops down, Kaylee DeSantos had the last touch. But the sun was shining. It was yellow numbers on white jerseys. They call that a broadcaster's nightmare. So much so you had to use binoculars from the press box to figure out who it was in possession. Hallinan can't get it over. Trying to go in the direction of Caitlin Ferrara. Ferrara, one of 4 sophomores on the Somerset Berkeley side. It's her, Abigail Reel, Lucy Gooch, who we saw in that junior varsity game, and Jaylee Lacerda, who's been dynamic up top on that top right side so far. Here's another underclassman, and Bednar's on the serve. Her team trailing by 1 in set number 2. Hallinan in the middle, McCarthy lofting it up, and it drops right in front of Cameron Carey. Timo up high by Como. It's going to end up for Carey, deflected. Morrow's got it. Hallinan back over. Russell looking for the kill, not there. Bednar's, other side. Lacerda can't make the kill. Hey, that'll work. Drops right in front of Morrow after Hallinan mishit it. Real checks back in for Como. As Jaylee Lacerda sets up her service attempt. Gonna be a long run up here. Lacerda, good pace, sent back over. Kill attempt works by Kaylee DeSantos, one of the 3 captains. Raiders, who have trailed a couple times in the set, have now tied it at 7. Lacerda, and there was something that came from the crowd. I think it was one of the Bourne JV players. And first time tonight, we see our other senior member, Ava Windle, who will play on the backside, replacing Jaylee Lacerda. Morrill on the serve. Off the netting. It goes right back over to Somerset Berkeley. Canoose back in for Kaylee DeSantos. A nice high five from assistant coach Adam Oman to DeSantos. Been doing great work out there, along with all of these players. I think that was Canoose up high again. Canoose looking to set up for the kill, deflected way up by Timo. Muldoon on the other side for Russell, a nice dig there. Kept up, still in. And that one rolls out. Somerset Berkeley point, they've taken the lead. The libero Riley Brown on the serve. Hands up from Raider Nation in front, as is the tradition. Hallinan back over to Russell. There's the nice kill on the redemption. Boy, I tell you, Lily Russell and Nola Timo. Hallinan gets in there as well, but mainly Russell and Timo. Those are the 2 you got to watch out for on those kills. Muldoon will set it up for the serve. Right side, plays in the middle. Bednar's to Canoose, out of play. Muldoon, a nice serve over. Bednar sets it behind. Kill attempt wouldn't work from Cameron Carey. Russell looking to get it. Reel. Bednar's back to Reel, up high, still in play. And Knuth and Reel couldn't catch up to it. And Bourne has extended that lead right back to 2. That one drops. It was hanging on the net, and Bednar's, I believe, got to it. Addison Parent in for Cameron Carey, and Caitlin Ferrara will go in for Madison Bednar's. It's Parent on the serve, in the middle, close to that line. Timo for Muldoon leaves it behind. Russell dropping quick. Brown to Parent, other side Ferrara, deflected. Morrill gets it over to Muldoon, looking for that assist to Hallinan. Ferrara again. Knuth close to the line, deflected. Nice save. Brown again to Parent. Leaves it over for Reel. Muldoon for Russell again, blocked up but out of bounds. I mean, there's nothing really you can do about that from a Somerset Berkeley's perspective. It's just the pace that Bourne is hitting it off of their arms. Russell on the serve, Brown an unorthodox hit off the net, and Knuth couldn't catch up to it in time. Parent, other side, Ferrara didn't get it over the net on the third tap. It's a Bourne point. They lead the set 14-10. Another good serve here from Russell. Parent up in the air. Knuth trying to tap it down. The dig by Muldoon. Timo on the other side for Hallinan, and it's out of bounds. Out of the back that time. That's going to lead to some more subs for Coach Emily Travis. Samantha Como and Jaylee Lacerda back into the match. Timo's going to leave it for Muldoon, and again, it was miscommunication. I couldn't tell if it was for Hallinan or Timo. I think she was looking to go to Timo, but underhit it. And a nice grab right there on the ball by Mr. Tyreek Hill down there. That's actually assistant principal Kim DeCuto's son down there getting that one. Knuth gets it over to Parent, looking to set it up. Other side, Ferrara. Apparently took a touch off of a Canalman player. Morrill keeps it over. Muldoon to Timo. You knew that was coming. Blocked up high. Timo again. Leaves it on the other side. Riley Brown the dig, and Knuth diving on it. Took a funky bounce off that net, and it dropped down right at the edge of the SB logo. Rossignol this time. Middle left side. Bourne still leads by 3 in set 2. Brown to Parent. Other side. Lacerda, that one drops. Off angle. Nice tap by Jaylee Lacerda. Here's Knuth, line drive serve. Russell pops it up in the air for Muldoon. Hallinan gets it over. Knuth sets it up for Parent. Looking to go the other side to Lacerda. Deflected and down. That's going to be a Bourne Canalman point. Hallinan on the serve. Parent sets it up in the middle for DeSantos. Morrill other side, blocked up and down. (17-14), it drops again. Parent, other side, blocked up top and down again. Here comes that Canalman run that we were looking forward to, and a timeout called by Coach Emily Travis. Somerset Berkeley is trying to achieve something that has not happened against a Bourne team in the last 26 sets now, which is to win a set. Again, it's been since October 25th of last season for Bourne, the last time that they won a set, 8 consecutive sweeps. The last time that they lost a set was home against Duxbury in a 3-2 loss. The last time that they lost a set on the road, you have to go to October 17th of last year in a 3-1 loss to Medfield. And Medfield is on Bourne's schedule again this season. They were one of the 5 state champions. And Duxbury is also on that schedule as well. They made the Elite 8 in last year's state tournament. Hallinan on the serve. Parent leaves it on over for Lacerda. Timo saves it. Hallinan back over. Timo again. Good dig there. Parent, other side, Ferrara. It didn't drop. Lacerda recognized it just in time, and Kayla DeSantos sent it over. McCarthy couldn't earn the kill. Parent leaves it behind for Ferrara. Blocked up high. Parent again, the reverse hit. Muldoon kept alive by Timo. Riley Brown's got it over to Parent. Back over for Lacerda. Morrill digs it. Hallinan behind, and Timo couldn't catch up to it. Cameron Carey checks back in to replace Addison Parent. And Maddie Bednars will check in for Caitlin Ferrara. Bednars on the serve. Somerset trailing by 5 in set 2. Hallinan behind. McCarthy tapped up by Bednars. Brown other side. Lacerda under taps it over. Hallinan looking to set it up on her right side. Blocked up. Good job by Kaylee DeSantos and Maddie Bednars and Jaylee Lacerda, but they couldn't get it back over the netting. Brown up for Bednars. Other side, here's Carey, and it drops. Abigail Reel back in for Samantha Como. And Jaylee Lacerda will be on the serve. Bourne's 4 points away from winning the second set. The Raiders trail them by 5. Hallinan on the other side for Russell. Did it get deflected? It did not. It hit the top of the net. That's the noise that you heard on your feed. Timo will leave it. A nice backwards hit. Bednars again looking to set it up. Other side, and it drops. Cameron Carey again. And the Raiders are within 3. As a serve, it was short. A stumble by Lacerda. But you'll take the points that you got. Here comes Ava Wendell for Jaylee Lacerda. Wendell's going to play on the backside. Serve from Morrill. Brown up in the air, behind for Real. Real gets it into the mix. Kaylee DeSantos back over. Timo again, Hallinan up top. And still alive. DeSantos back over the netting. Hallinan again, wanted to go to Russell, but Timo will take it, and that's a Raiders point. Canoes back in for DeSantos. And here's the libero Brown. 22-19. Timo to Hallinan, back over for Russell, dropping quickly, and a good dig by Bednarz. Again tapped over by Real. Set up again, a quick tap over. Canoes looking to go up top. And Hallinan saw it in time. There's the kill, and it would have been close to going out. Unable to get that one over the net, Michaela Muldoon. And the Raiders will have another chance on the serve. Perrin and Ferrara will come back in. Bednarz and Carey will go take a seat. Real, Ferrara, and Canoes are going to play up top. Wendell, Brown, and Parent for now will be in the back. Perrin on the serve. A high one, out of bounds, out of the back. Set point coming up for Bourne. And Lily Russell will be the one on the serve. See if she tries to end it quickly with another ace, and she does. You knew that was going to happen. Bourne takes set two, 25-20. One set away from winning another one and would be completing the 9th consecutive sweep dating back again to last year. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be right back for that third set. All right, back inside the vat, about ready to start set number 3. Bourne has taken the first two, 25-13 and 25-20. Again, thank you for joining us on any of our platforms. Keegan Hamblin on commentary, Mackenzie Pertell running our camera. For our Somerset and Berkeley audiences, the next volleyball game for Somerset Berkeley will be on Wednesday when they travel to Seekonk. And for Bourne, their next game is going to be at home against Apponequet, also on Wednesday. For the Bourne audiences, Dan Vincegara and I will be bringing coverage of that match to you from that Bourne High Gymnasium. And I know we touched on it with Bourne earlier, but similar with Somerset Berkeley, they have a lot of fall programs that are going to be in the mix. Field hockey always seems to be in it. Football is off to a slow start, but they've played very, very tough opponents. Just wait until you get to next week's game against Durfee, and then they're going to start winning some, making some noise. Girls soccer went undefeated in the regular season last year. They did tie, but they did earn a big 6-1 win today here against Bourne, and the boys soccer team actually won at Bourne earlier today 4-0 with Denal notching a hat trick. Bourne earns the first point in set 3, and that sets up a Michaela Muldoon serve. Canoes to Ferrara will send it over the net. Russell's got it. Muldoon back in the middle. Rossignol behind, drops in front of Parent. Muldoon will serve that one off of the netting, and it goes back over to Somerset Berkeley. Well, if you're a fan of either of these teams and you want to see a recap on tonight's match, make sure to subscribe and check out the Somerset Sentinel on Facebook for George Austin's photography and articles. And that should be for all three of the games in this tri-match tonight. Again, the freshman JV teams played earlier, and Somerset Berkeley actually won both of those contests. So you never know in 2 to 3 years where both of these programs might stand. Obviously, a lot of the players on this Bourne Canalman side, and a few that we've been touching upon a lot, are sophomores. Most notable of them that's been getting a lot of time would probably be Ariana McCarthy, who usually plays up top. Not out there right now, though. Canoose able to get that one over after Parent hit it off of the netting. Parent back over for Lacerda, deflected, Timo's got it. Brown, Parent, back to Brown, what a save! Muldoon back in, and that one barely stays inside of that right end line. Canoose trying to go for the kill attempt. Didn't get it over. Bourne quickly leads the set 6-1. Service ace off of Riley Brown. Timeout, Coach Emily Travis and Somerset Berkeley. And a 7-1 score favoring Bourne in set number 3. For our Bourne audiences, make sure to check out to Bourne Community TV on YouTube and on channels 6, 8, and 9 for some more BTV sports content that we will be having all fall long. Also be sure to check out that YouTube channel for our weekly sports segment, Keeping Up with the Canalmen, recorded every Wednesday. Last week's episode is already up, and we are going to be having some student-athlete guests coming up starting this week too, so be on the lookout for that. So after today, both teams will go into another South Coast Conference contest. Both teams, I guess you could say, are probably the top 2 favorites to take the SEC, but the head-to-head matchup is always very important. Somerset Berkeley, a golden chance tonight on their home court, big crowd in attendance, a lot of the students staying here after their own sports games or practices. Right now trailing 2-0 and trailing the third and maybe final set 7-1. And now it's 8-1 as there was another miss hit off to the side looking for Addison Parent. Here's Russell on the serve. Russell, middle line drive one. Parent, second touch over. Morrow with the dig. Muldoon other side for Timo. Deflected. And no, not deflected actually. Wow. Maybe a hit the top of the net and went out of play. It definitely hit something. Unless it went back off of her, which I don't think it did. Either way, Lauren Canoose on the serve for the Raiders. Canoose, a nice looking serve, dropping quickly. Timo, Muldoon, Rosignol. Parent the dig, up in the air from DeSantos. Hallinan, other side. Rosignol deflected down. Good dig again. That was Como on the dig. Doesn't work out in the end, though. Riley Brown will sub back in for Canoose. And Morrow will go take a seat. And Charlotte Taylor on up top. It's Taylor, Timo, Hallinan up top for Bourne. Brown to Parent, looking on the other side to Santos, couldn't drop it in. Muldoon, cross court, Timo, kept up by Lacerda. Here's Lacerda on the third touch, and I don't know if it was ever dead at any point, but nonetheless, it did roll out. Cameron Carey and Maddie Bednar's back in. And that serve from Bednar's right towards the back off of the tripod that the Canalman people have set up down there. Always good to study some film. We'll hope they'll check ours too. If you want to get notified whenever we have a new video posted, any of the platforms, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that bell on so you get notified whenever we post new videos. Sophia Hallinan, up over, that's Brown. Cross-court carry. Russell to Hallinan to Timo, dropping quickly, nice dig. It'll stay up, and Samantha Como with the hit over. Hallinan back for Taylor, nice dig again by Bednarz. DeSantos sent it back over again. Here's Timo a third time, and there it is. Dropped right in front of Como. She did get a hand onto it. Brown behind, and she'll get it again. Russell back. Muldoon dug by Como. Como looks like she's going to receive it, but lets it go for Brown. Russell backing up, gets it over to Hallinan. On the other side, Muldoon. Kill attempt, and that one will work. Reel back in for Como. Lacerda on the serve. Lacerda sends it short. A nice dig by Russell. Hallinan to Timo. No deflection. Straight out. Somerset Berkeley point. Now dropping quickly. Russell's got it. Hallinan to Taylor. Carey keeps it alive. Other side for Real. Timo not bothering her. And there's the tap down by Charlotte Taylor. Ava Wendell back into the match, replacing Jaylee Lacerda. 13-5, Bourne over Somerset Berkeley in set number 3. If Bourne is able to take this set, they will win the match and they will sweep their 9th consecutive opponent. Back on the other side, Lily Russell deflected, kept up by Wendell. Bednarz to Brown, 2-hand touches it over. Russell looking for the kill, was blocked by Carey. Timo back up for Hallinan. Hallinan for Taylor, blocked up high again. Still alive, and it earns a Raiders point. Nothing you can do about that if you're Bourne. Brown, another short one. Service ace for the libero Riley Brown. Russell, tapped up by the other number 4. Hallinan, Russell again blocked. And it's out of bounds, off to the right side. Rosignol back in to replace Taylor. There's Canoes looking for the kill, blocked in front, still up in the air. Bednarz over, and it drops. Cameron Carey, nice hit. Addison Parent back in, as well as Caitlin Ferrara. Service there from Parent will go out of the back. Bourne maintains 7-point lead. Michaela Muldoon again on the serve. This time lines up on the right side. Muldoon line drives it. Brown keeps it up. Parent short, real. We're going to go outside of the back. Timo was there. Back on the other side, Hallinan got it to drop. Nice soft touch by Sophia Hallinan. Wendell had the touch. Here's Ferrara. Canoose the backwards hit. Como in for real. And Lacerda comes in for Wendell. Samantha Como on the serve. Still trailing by 7. Back up in the air, here's Russell. They got to send it over this time, and it goes for Hallinan. Brown back over. And it was that original mistouch for Madison Parent. Made it trouble for SB. That one, I don't know if it was out. And no, they're going to count the deflection off of the foot of Jaylee Lacerda. It's close to the end line. Russell again on the serve. Brown taps it up for Parent. We're going to go to Kimberly Ferrara. Excuse me, Caitlin Ferrara. Kimberly Ferrara is the assistant coach. Hallinan kept up by Como. On the other side for Lacerda, a good dig by Morrill. Timo on the left, mishit it. Ends up to Parent. Second touch, Morrill over. That was Rosignol who tapped it. Ferrara to Canoose, off the netting, still in. Rosignol back over. Parent, Ferrara, Lacerda. Couldn't get the kill. Timo looking to set it up. That's Hallinan. Dug by Parent. Canoose behind. Lacerda up in the air. Russell, short. And there it is. Maddie Rosignol. Riley Brown behind. Lacerda kept alive. Hallinan, we're going to go for the kill right away. Parent dug it. Muldoon, other side, and off the netting that time from Nola Timo. Canoose, good serve over. Here's Muldoon leaving it for Timo. Taps softly, and Lacerda, even with the running Como, couldn't catch up to it. Parent will get it on over to Kaylee DeSantos, up in the air. Hallinan for Timo, blocked down by the captain, Kaylee DeSantos. More subs for Somerset Berkeley. Bednarz and Carey back into the match. And it'll be Bednarz to serve. Hallinan a good save. Here's Timo up in the air, dug by Brown. Lacerda, two hands. Russell keeps it. Muldoon behind. Good kill by Hallinan. And that puts Bourne 4 points away from taking the set in the match. Left short to Santos, up high. Russell, I don't know if she got that one over to Hallinan. A lot of things I say that I don't know how they did it from this Bourne program. That just speaks to the greatness of them. Point there for Somerset Berkeley. Real checks back in. The students cheering for Somerset Berkeley down there. It's Jaylee Lacerda on the serve. Lacerda, it was short, and it didn't make it over the netting. And I gotta say down there, just to do a quick head count, there's probably about 25, 30 students down there that are cheering. It's not basketball, not standing room only tonight. Timo, another line drive. Brown might have deflected it off of her face. Real will send it over. Timo's there. Hallinan to Taylor. Out of bounds. Off to the right side. Canoosh checks back in for DeSantos. And Riley Brown will take the serve on the mid-left side. Morrill taps it back on the first attempt. Wendell off to the side. Real. Now Hallinan behind. Charlotte Taylor off of Ava Wendell. (23-13), Bourne over Somerset Berkeley. Making sure everybody's set on both sides. Serve from Avery Morrill. Dug out by Wendell. Bednarz to Canoose. Drops down. Rosignol tried to get it over to Muldoon. It wouldn't work. Addison Parent and Caitlin Ferrara back in. Here's the senior Parent. Played it short. Russell will leave it for Hallinan. Back over other side. Off the netting and down. Muldoon on the eventual kill. And now it is match point. The Bourne freshman JV players starting to rise to their feet on the opposite side. Here it comes. Up in the air. Parent will tap it on over. Here it is from Rosignol. Dug out by Brown. Up high. Brown's got it again. Parent to Ferrara. And that's a Bourne point. No deflection. Bourne takes set 3, 25-14. They take the match 3-0. The handshake line goes on. That's it for the game coverage, but stick around on our Bourne Community TV feeds. We will have some post-game coverage with one of our Bourne Canalman volleyball players, so make sure to stay tuned. But for the Berkeley and Somerset feeds, I'm Keegan Hamblett signing off, wishing you the best. Our Bourne feeds, we'll be back momentarily with our player of the game.